let us continue with our saga. Maybe we increase the pace. We get more rhythm into it. Rhythm is gonna get you some music. Just this because there's copyright. I'm joking. Yeah, I watched Seth Meyers' his show, a closer look on that, and once in a while he's willing to make a point to use some proof, musical proof, but then he's joking that he doesn't have the studio network doesn't give them the money to pay for the use, which is considerable, I'm sure. I mean, to use one song or another, it's not a million, probably, surely, but it could be north of 100,000. Let's not speculate on that. That's not our business. We, as I said, to keep warm because it's cold, and we have to be economical, parsimonious because of the war in Ukraine, because of the price of gas. What gas? Okay, so and what we do is we hurry back in a smaller room there where we'll stay, which is warmer. And this big thing is, it's soon to be closed for the winter, which reminds some of us in many ways of the past, of the Commie past, which we're talking about. Although we seem to have passed quite often now into the post-revolution days. So let's try and wrap up the Nicole segment. I dragged for the past few days. Not even mentioning because we had to do short cuts. So Nicole was again and again resplendent Amazon Amazon in the sense that as far as the myth, the story of that type of woman is known, they were very strong, they were fighters, and she was. They were on horseback, she wasn't, but that's because she didn't have horses. But if she would fit the role very well, she was very fit, athletic indeed, she would play sports. She wasn't so much into reading, into studying, she wasn't an intellectual type. No way. That's another reason I was speculating that were we to have all the conditions to stay together, it would not have been for the best, because with time, this difference of interests, of hobbies and so on would have probably created a big difference, a rift, unsurmountable difference, maybe, probably. True, she was pushing, she was she was the leader in the connection, in the bond, in the relationship. She had the enthusiasm, she had the upper hand, and we would do what she said she would. I'm not doing that. If I wanted sex in the car, no, I'm not going to have that. But if she had this idea, let's drive out. I mentioned before we're living here, and we'll stop in that field over there, and that's what. So we were doing what she said. I'm not going out with you like that in shorts. I don't even know I can't remember if that happened. I mean, if I went in shorts, but so her rules, we play by her rules, as I said, from the small things to the big one. I mean, as I said from the beginning, she said, okay, we were very nice together, but I'm marrying this guy. I won't stay here. That's in this Commie country. No way. And there it is. It's ironic that we somehow ended before the mustachio was this large guy. Somehow I can see him. I don't know because I've lost so many girls I've been with, and the image of many men. But it clearly, one reason is because it was intense. That's why we're talking about it. I mean, nobody's listening, but if I'm not with a small stature, non-celebrity status, nothing significant, except, let's again and again say, my small participation in the revolution. Nothing special. There is that attachment. I will be coming with that's the zenith, the ultimate achievement in Perma. The attachment to Miss Romania. That's also a relative thing. When it's a beauty pageant, that's something so passé, so much of the Middle Ages now. And then besides, who is that really the best looking woman in the place, in the village, in the city, the country? It's just those who have the will to participate, and circumstances, it happens. Still, we're not there yet. I mentioned Perma. Let me say, Perma is the formula offered by Martin Seligman, co-founder of positive psychology, the science of happiness. Perma, positive emotions, E, engagement, live in the present, relationships, the most important, arguably, M, meaning, and A, achievement. So, little achievement there, but still. And coming back, Nicole was just as beautiful, if not more, than the beauty queen, the one selected by a panel. A lamentable pilot. We'll again come to that at some point in the next few years or so. And really important. And this fellow was for quite some time a stumbling block in the path to my happiness. In the way it worked differently. Nicole and Daniel, the previous series, the previous character at the center of the story, intersect. So I'm working with Daniel, and at the airport we meet Nicky. As a coincidence, it's not an uncommon name, Nicoletta, but still it was in a way bizarre coincidence. I'm with them at the same time at one point. It's Nicky and Nicole, but both Nicole. And they're both two most beautiful. There it is. And one extracts the other from the picture. So we meet with Nicky at the airport. She's an apprentice, just in a way, just as Daniel was. Still, she was at the lower level, entrance level or so. And she was trying to see how people welcome visitors, something like that. We talked to her. Oh, you're with the tourists. Oh, so are we, and we're doing this and we're doing that. How about dinner this evening? Yes. So the next, but still it was in that time frame because we still had the people from Jordan, and we're going to a restaurant in the Bonanza Forest. 2 miles that way, 3 kilometers or so. And at the dinner table, I'm with Nicole, we're still on, and Daniel is supposed to be with Nicky, two spectacular women, one handsome man. In those days, maybe, try and imagine, make a very serious effort and take age off the face. And the guy who's incredibly bright and intelligent, he's one of the, I don't know, top 20 richest, 50 richest, goddamn wealthy anyway. Son of a bitch. And to think that I pushed him into the arena. I'm just, allow me some self-deprecating humor and sometimes little bit of pride. Which has to be seriously diminished by the contemplation of how little achieved. I mean, if I did something back then, that's nothing to show for now, except those two bastards here. So that's all there is left. Two friends like that. And miserable things happen now. I forget about Nicole and how wonderful this is, and I'm all eyes and attention and lust and all that and interest and I may repeat, I'm getting into the mood back then. Fascinated and overwhelmed and under a spell. It's magic in the air. M-ați întâlnit când de 13 ani cum trecură, atât mai mult îmi va plăce, pentru că în toată efecturile, nu știu, m-a fermecat cu vreo scânteie în clipa în care ne văzum, deși nu văd femeie, totuși alta nu știu cum. So, she was incredibly beautiful, and she had a way, she had, in a way, like Marilyn Monroe, though she was dark, but she had this sexiness, this air, das sehr wie weibliche. I'm talking Nicky now. Forget Nicole. Nicole is slowly, we're ending rolling into the saga, and she's slowly going out. Also, somehow, Mae West, Al Pacino is doing the Mae West impersonation in Bobby Deerfield, one of the minor, in fact, destroyed films of his, but one that I liked. I'm not at all into what he did, starting with Scent of a Woman. I thought Scent of a Woman was an exaggerated performance, over the top. I didn't like it. That's it. Anyway. So Nicky's, and there's a connection there, and to end with Nicole. Thank you, goodbye, all my gratitude, wherever you are. I mean, you should be in Germany, I guess. Doing very well. I know where Nicky is. She's on the Côte d'Azur. She's in, what was that? Nice? Not Nice. Saint-Tropez. Our common friend, who would be, spoiler alert, I'm anticipating, her lover. Yes. He would fuck all the women I knew, or at least I knew and he knew. Something. Marius J. Motherfucker. Literally, fucker. So we're moving on to Nicky now, because after this dinner, alas, I acted miserably towards Daniel. Well, maybe not so much Daniel, but definitely towards Nicole. Even if she was going away to Germany in the end, because she had said so, she had wanted it, and so the affair was going to end anyway.